Hi everyone, if you're joining me, we've got about 3 minutes before our live stream will start. So just make yourself comfortable, head and enjoy the view. Just relax and we'll get started in a few minutes. And I think I'm not quite centered, so if you bear with me here for a minute, I'm going to shift my mat a little. Oh, I weighted it down because it's windy here. That's probably about right. Go. That's a little better. And if you didn't already notice, I have been recording some content for meditation and relaxation from the beach here. I posted one relaxation video and I will be recording more over the next couple of weeks, and I will post them here for those who are interested as I get them completed. So feel free to check back regularly, or you can follow my Yoga Souls page here on Facebook so that then you'll get updates in your feed whenever I post a new video. One more minute and then we'll get started. So it's time to start. Probably have a few people coming in once I get started, which is fine. I'm planning about a 40-minute yoga class with a little bit of time at the end for Shavasana. By then it will be dark here. We will have lost our sunset. So I think I'll have to end regardless by that point in time. So go ahead and settle into your space if you haven't already. You can start seated on your yoga mat. You can take child's pose if you like, or you can lie down in Shavasana. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Settle into your space. And I invite you to close your eyes. Just begin by noticing your breath. Just your normal, natural breath. There's no pressure to try and change it or control it in any way. Simply notice how the air feels moving in and out of your body with each breath. And then ask yourself if you can begin to slow down the pace of your breathing. Even just a little bit. Slow, deep breaths. And still breathing slowly and deeply. Bring your focus into your body. Take a moment to notice how your body's feeling right now. Again, there's no pressure to change anything. Simply notice how you're feeling in this moment. And then bring your attention into your thoughts. Just notice where your mind is at right now. Notice if there are things distracting you, taking your focus away from this present moment. And then ask yourself if you can set those distractions off to the side just for a moment and focus only on your breath, on breathing in and breathing out, right here, right now. Let everything else fall away. Focus on the sound of your breath. The feel of the air moving in and out of your body as you breathe. One more deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth with a big sigh. And go ahead and open up your eyes. Okay. We're going to go ahead and start with our twists, warming up the spine. So I'm going to inhale my arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down and twist to the side. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Always inhaling up into center, exhaling, twisting to the side. Moving at your own pace, following your breath. One more time to each side. And then back to center and bring the arms down. Good. And then bring the left arm up and pull it in towards your chest, stretching out the shoulder blades a little bit. And then let go of that arm. Bring it straight up and pat yourself on the back. Maybe you deepen the stretch here by grabbing your elbow and pointing it more upright. Maybe you reach your arm around the back and clasp your hands. And release that arm. Bring the other one in. Extend the stretch. It's up to you. And go ahead and let that arm come down. And then we're going to shrug the shoulders up into the ears. Only time I'm ever going to ask you to put your shoulders in your ears and then slide them down the back as far as you can go. And then shrug them up. And then slide them down. I'm going to turn that into the circle. So forward and up, down and back. So moving the shoulder blades around. Whatever range of motion works best for you. I see that people are typing comments. I love that. Thank you. I can't read them. I can't wear my glasses while doing yoga, so I can't actually see the screen. But I will absolutely read and reply to every one of them once I'm done. All right, let's go the other direction. So I'm going to go back and up, forward and down. Just rotating the other way. It feels so good to move my shoulders around after sort of being hunched over a computer all day. All right, go ahead and stop that. And then we're gonna come on to our hands and knees for our cat-cow stretch. I'm gonna move my bowl out of the way. Just holding my mat down, but I don't need it right now. Okay, so I've got my knees lined up with my hips. I have my hands lined up with my shoulders. Fingers are spread nice and wide. And then I'm gonna inhale, bring my gaze up, rotate my pelvis so my tailbone points up and I get that little sway in my back. That's cow. Exhale, reverse that. Point the tailbone down at the mat. Bring your chin towards your chest. And arch the back up like a Halloween cat. That's cat. So inhaling into cow. Exhaling, arching up into cat. Again, moving with your breath at your own pace. I know I have some rebels out there. If you prefer to do the yin version, the more free-form version of our cat-cow, feel free to do that. You can move forward and backward a little, maybe a little side to side, or you can stay with the cat-cow, whatever feels better in your body right now. This is your yoga practice. One more time through your cat and your cow, or 2 breaths if you're doing marauding bear. And then go ahead and drop your butt back towards your heels for a child's pose. Reach my hands forward on my mat, sink my head down, and just relax into it. Take a few slow, deep breaths here. Yeah, I give up. The wind is just going to be what it will be. If you're not already reaching your fingertips up towards the top of your mat, go ahead and reach them forward, really stretching out the sides of the body. Right now, I can feel this all the way into the bottom of my shoulder blades. And then walk the fingertips over to the left edge of your mat, extending the stretch on the right side of the body. And back to the center. And walk the fingertips over to the other side of your mat. Feeling the stretch deepen on the left side of the body. And back to center. We'll make our way back up to our tabletop, to hands and knees. And then from here, just one sec, I'm putting my paperweight down again. We're going to come into a downward facing dog so that we can make our way up to stand. If you prefer just to stand, go right ahead and skip the downward dog. I'm going to curl my toes under. I'm going to reach my butt up and back. So I come into this upside down V shape. We pedal one knee, then the other. Stretching out each calf muscle a little bit more deeply. And then you can bring your hands and feet together to stand. Or you can flow through with me. I'm going to raise my right leg. I'm going to bend my knee. And I'm going to bring it through to the top of my mat between my hands to come up in a high lunge. Now, if you didn't want to do it that way, you just come to stand and then step back with your left leg. Right leg is in front, left leg is in back. We're in our lunge. Okay. And just so y'all know, I'm on the 8th floor, and it is windy. And this is the glass railing, and if I look down, it really messes with my sense of balance. So we're not going to do a lot of balance poses today up here on the balcony in the wind. But we're going to enjoy our high lunge here. Nice strong back leg, bend in the right knee, and then forward fold over this front leg. Left fingertips come to the mat. Right arm reaches up into a twist. Trying to get a nice straight line with those arms. Top hand, the palm is facing forward. And breathe. Good. Now bring that top arm back around. I'm going to drop this back leg, so I'm on my back knee. And then I'm going to come into a hamstring stretch here, half monkey. I'm going to straighten my front leg. I'm keeping my back leg 90-degree angle, straightening my front leg and stretching it out. And then maybe if you need more, forward folding on it. Really a fairly intense stretch for the hamstrings in this front leg. If you need more, you can deepen your stance here, coming down. I can't do it right now. Coming down more into a split. If you can do the splits, great. But if you're like me today, still working your way into that, go. And just keep the back leg bent, fold over the straight front leg. Good. And now I'm going to swing this leg back around so I'm in tabletop again. I'm going to flow, well, not exactly flow, we're not doing a sun salutation, but I am going to go up into my downward dog again. If you skipped this before, go ahead and just stand, and we'll meet you in that lunge on the other side. Right, so this time I'm going to raise my left leg up. I'm going to bend that knee. I'm going to bring it through to the top of my mat. And come up. Oof. In that high lunge. So got a bend in that front knee, back leg is straight, hips are forward, arms are up. And then from here to forward fold, bring our right fingertips to the mat. Left hand reaches up, trying to keep that straight. Let me turn so I can face the camera. Straight line with those arms. Nice. And bring that hand back down, drop the back knee, and then walk this front foot forward so you can straighten the leg. I didn't say this before, You can come all the way up for a less intense stretch. Right, so you can stay up here. Maybe you're getting a stretch in your hamstring just like this. Great. You can go down into the splits on this side if you can do that, and that's more of a stretch for you. Or we just forward fold as much as you need to get the stretch on this side. Swing this leg around. Again, you can just come to stand because it's where we're going to get in a moment. Or you can go with me into a downward facing dog. Sinking those heels into the mat, coming into that upside down V shape. And then we're going to bring both feet and hands together. You can hop them up or you can just walk. And then bring yourself back up to stand. Right? So now, standing in Tadasana, or standing mountain pose. I have my feet together, but you can do hip distance apart if you want. Put my hair in a ponytail because it's just whipping all around here with this wind. All right. So standing in Tadasana, shoulders are low, palms face forward. Press in through your heels. Press your heels into the mat. Engage the quadriceps. Pull up on the kneecaps. Engage your core. Keep your shoulders low. The face and neck are relaxed. Tadasana, or standing mountain pose. And then raise our arms up overhead, making yourself as long, as tall as possible, reaching for the ceiling, for the sky. And then tip to one side. You can leave your arms open like this if you like. You can have steeple grip if you like. You can grab your opposite wrist. It's really up to you. Back to center. If your shoulders scooched up, bring them back down. And then go to the other side. I'm going to do this a couple of times. Almost like a pendulum. To center, exhale to the side. Inhale to center, exhale to the side. One more time. Inhale to center, exhale to the side. I guess one more, because we need to even and evenly. To that last side. Back to center, and then bring the arms down. Rotate the shoulders open. Press the palms into the low back, and come into a bit of back bend. Oh, the moon is out. Not in view, it's over there. And come back up. Drop your hands and now relax everything. Well done. Okay. Back to our Tadasana again. Inhale our arms up. And now we're going to come into Utkatasana, awkward chair. Imagine there's a chair behind you and sit in it. I'm going to turn to the side. I really want to try and get my knees over my ankles as much as possible. Stick my butt back behind me. And if you are like me and you like to put this sway in your back, just rotate your hips down, flatten out the back. Hands can be out or at heart center. It's up to you. Hold it. And then drop it into a forward fold. Just hang here. clasp opposite wrists and sway back and forth in ragdoll if you like. You can grab your own ankles and pull deeper into the stretch. You can just let your arms hang heavy. And then inhale and slowly bring yourself back up to standing. Good. All right, I'm looking for my water. So quick sip. All right. Back to our Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, come back down once again into your chair pose. And then we're going to come into a twisted chair. So I'm going to bring right elbow to left knee and twist to the side. Trying to keep those knees lined up with each other. And back to center. And over to the other side. Twist the other way. And back to center and drop into that forward fold. Inhale, come back up, hands back to heart center, and relax everything for just a moment. Take a deep breath. Good. Okay. And then from here, I'm just going to widen my stance. I'm going to come into goddess pose. All right, so I have my feet a bit wider than my hips. I'm going to imagine there's a wall behind me. Keep my back against the wall and slide down it. Hands can be at heart center, or you can do the more traditional gold post arms if you like. It's up to you, whichever you prefer. Got these really flowy pants, so I don't know if you can see my heels, but we lift them up, and if you want the extra challenge, you can lift up your heels, balancing on the balls of your feet. And drop the heels. Go ahead. Press back up. Drop your hands. And then I'm just going to rock my hips side to side a little. Just stretching the groin a little bit. So I'm just going to shift to the left, shift to the right. Just some really gentle side to side. Good. And then I'm going to bend this left knee and come down here with my hands. Stretch out the groin and inner thigh, the opposite leg. And back up to center, bend the other knee. And back up to center, and then we're going to forward fold on wide legs. And then come back up. And from here, I'm going to bring my legs in just a little bit. I'm going to come down in a yogi squat. If this is too deep for your knees, just go ahead and sit and we'll meet you there in a moment. for yogi squat. Just going to come down. I like to bring my elbows inside and stretch out my knees. Good. And then go ahead and lower yourself down. We'll imagine that happened very gracefully. Reach the legs out in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. And then take the left leg, bend the knee, put the sole of the foot on your mat. You can go on the inside of the thigh, or if you know already you need a deeper twist, cross to the outside. And bring the opposite palm to the knee, or if you can, hook the elbow on the outside and twist. We are rapidly losing our light here. I think we've got maybe 2 more poses and then we'll go into Shavasana. And untwist, bring that leg out, bring the other one in. Again, either inside or cross to the outside of the thigh. Opposite elbow comes around for the twist. Go ahead and untwist, and then straighten your legs and lower yourself down onto your back. One last pose, and then we'll do Shavasana. You can do whatever pose you like. I am going to do Happy Baby. Maybe you prefer to do shoulder stand. Maybe you want to do boat pose. Pretend you're floating out there on the ocean. Maybe you prefer knees to chest. Whatever last pose you want before we go into our Shavasana. All right. And then go ahead and make yourself comfortable. That's only a half an hour of our active yoga practice, but maybe I'll adjust next week now that I know the light leaves us a little sooner than I thought. It's all good. So settle into your space. I'm actually going to move out of the frame so that if you want to, you can sit and do more of a seated meditation looking at the sun setting instead of lying in Shavasana. Or certainly lie down, close your eyes, sink into your mat for the traditional Shavasana. Focus your attention once again on that slow, deep breathing that we started with. Anytime your mind starts to wander again, just bring your focus back to your breath, to breathing in and breathing out, right here, right now. slowly open your eyes now. If you're not already seated, you can make your way back up to seated. Thank you for joining me for this yoga practice. It was an honor to guide you. Namaste.